hot summers are in full effect out here in Utah, and we are right in the thick of the van build. After creating my DIY custom solar panel rack, installing my outside floodlights and my tongue and groove ceiling, I was able to build my bed dinette combo system, hook up my lights, and paint the interior of the van. In this episode, I talk about my MPPT charge controller and give an update on what I'm doing with my walls.
Guys, it's been one of those fast weeks at the office, but a slow week for the van. Now, I don't know if it's been a slow week necessarily, or if I'm just used to getting a lot done in a short amount of time. But I think when you're moving more into the finishing details of the van like I am now, I just think it takes a little more time to make sure you get it right. Whereas before I was doing a much more of the foundational stuff. I just need to take a little bit more time to make sure I'm A, doing it right, and two, it looks as professional as I can make it. The other side of that is that I, one, love making videos, two, I love interacting with you guys and talking about this whole process, and three, like I mentioned earlier, I made a commitment and promise to myself to make 2 videos a week. I don't want to disappoint you guys or disappoint myself for that matter, so I gotta find a way to make it happen. So if you're looking for a video with some monumental changes to the van, chances are this is not going to be the one, so just check back in on Tuesday and hopefully I'll have a little bit more things done to the van. So this is the Renogy Rover Li 40 amp MPPT charge controller. If you're entirely unfamiliar with what a charge controller is, that is basically the entire brains of the whole system. So you have your solar panels up top, you have your 2 batteries here, you're gonna have your inverter, and then you have your charge controller. But basically everything is running through the charge controller, and that is what controls how much current and voltage comes from the solar panels up top, how much it goes into the batteries to charge. It even controls my load for my DC appliances. So basically this is like the motherboard, this is the brains of the system. Because it's also an MPPT charge controller, what that allows the controller to do is actually create even more energy. So I could be pulling in 9 amps from my solar panels, but then this could be actually be sending 15 amps, 13 amps. I don't know the exact ratio conversion. I could look that up if you're interested. But this will actually create power and send even more power to my battery bank. So that's why it's important this thing is in a good spot. It's securely mounted and there's ventilation both above and below it. So the final thing I've been able to do that's really been of any substance, other than hooking up some more wires and kind of tucking all that stuff away, is really thinking about my wall decision. I so appreciate all of you guys who chimed in on my last video on if you think I should keep my walls smooth and white, or if I should use the same tongue and groove that I use on my ceiling on the walls and paint that white. I also posed the same question on my Instagram because I feel like I have 2 completely separate audiences, people who are subscribed to me on YouTube and people who follow me on Instagram. I don't think there's a lot of overlap for whatever the reason is. So if you want to check me out on Instagram, I post stories kind of as I'm working and just some other stuff you might be interested in. And I honestly got mixed reviews on both platforms. I don't want to say it was exactly 50-50, but there's a lot of people who said keep them white, it'll really make the ceiling shine and sleek, sort of modern look. And there's other people who said put the tongue and groove on, paint it white, it will look great. So I don't think there's really a right or wrong answer. There isn't, because selfishly it's my van, so I can do what I think is gonna look the best and what I want. But someone messaged me on Instagram. He is a furniture maker and he gave me heaps of good advice, and he even offered me his phone number. It was 9:30 at night. He said, just give me a call, I'd love to chat about it. So I called this dude at 9:30 and he talked to me for like 20 minutes just about designing a small space, which was super, super cool, that the support I get for something like that. And he mentioned basically 2 main things. One, keep the space light, which is kind of something we're already going for. Don't put dark colors in here because it will really make it feel more crammed than it already is. And 2, he said because this wall is going to be touched so much, because the wall is in such a small space, it's going to really be an integral part of the home. And so he said you want something that's tactile, you want something that feels, looks, and acts like a true wall. And so what he proposed at the end of our whole roundabout discussion was using Shiplap. Now, Shiplap is similar to tongue and groove in that it's kind of all panels that essentially sit on each other, but there isn't an actual tongue and groove. It's more or less overlap. So you kind of overlap one of the ends with the other Shiplap, and it really gives off this really, really polished, finished look. It is super common. I'm sure you've seen it without even knowing you have seen it before, and it's kind of all over these more modern HGTV renovation shows. So I think that is my final decision. If for any reason you object, speak now or forever hold your peace, because once that goes up, there's really no going back. But I think it'll make it look super, super dope, and just like it'll take the level like up and beyond something. It'll take it to the next level. So I don't know why I didn't think of that before, because I've known of Shiplap, things like that. I just think I like put that word. I don't know. So let me know what you guys think. Good idea, bad idea? Am I crazy? Am I not crazy? Is there something else I should be looking into? That's really all I have for you guys. It's a bummer that I haven't been able to get more done, but that's just the reality of this week. It's just my life, I guess. I don't know what else to say. I can only do so much. I'm only one man. Thank you guys for watching, and you guys for sticking in there with me. Thank you for all the support lately. It's just been unreal. So I will see all of you guys in my next video, which is gonna be Tuesday. I don't really know what exactly I'm gonna be doing this weekend, but I'm sure I will figure something out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take it easy, fam. Peace out. Whoop.